Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. Apologies in advance if I stumble over my words and the quality of this video is fairly poor. If there's any lag, anything like that at all, sadly it cannot be helped, and hopefully it's not too much of an issue for you. This is yet another Eurovision Song Contest 2020 related video here on my channel, my second one of today, the 18th of March. Obviously earlier on, all Eurovision fans heard the news that we really didn't want to hear, that the upcoming edition of the Eurovision Song Contest, scheduled to take place this May at the Ahoy in Rotterdam in the Netherlands, has been cancelled. It will not be taking shape this May, and instead it has been moved to 2021. Now, you could see this as a cancellation, or you could see this as a postponement. Really, it's both at the moment, I guess, because as it stands, Eurovision 2021 is scheduled to go ahead next May, and it's very possible that Rotterdam will be the host city and everything will be staying the same. The purpose of this video, ladies and gentlemen, is to essentially talk about Eurovision 2021. I can't believe that I'm saying that, but why not look ahead already as to what next year's competition could be like? First of all, I imagine that it would be even bigger than Eurovision usually is. A lot of people will be wanting to come together and celebrate the return of Europe's biggest entertainment event. Obviously everything is up in the air at the moment with regards to how many artists will return, and indeed whether they will have the same songs. I'm a little disappointed, even though it's very, very early in proceedings, that the European Broadcasting Union haven't turned around and said the artists will be invited back and they are allowed the same song. Those songs should not now be brushed to one side, in my opinion. We should get the opportunity to see those songs on the Eurovision stage, and we should be given the opportunity to vote on them if we so wish. So I'm hoping that there will be a statement before too long from the EBU saying that all the songs that were scheduled to participate this year can participate next year. Whether that happens or not remains to be seen. At this moment in time, if I just take a look at the information in front of me, for Eurovision 2021, Damir from Croatia, Blascanto from Spain, and Go A from Ukraine are all going to be at Eurovision 2021. They've already said they will. I think Jean-Gu from the Netherlands as well. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page, but somebody's edited it again. Stefania will also be representing Greece. One other bit of news that I saw just before filming this video was that Uku Saviste will be invited back to Eesti Laul, but it's pretty obvious that his entry, What Love Is, will not be the Estonian song next year. Probably a wise move, because I don't think it's the strongest song anyway. As for Sweden, I don't know whether it's completely confirmed yet, but apparently it won't be the Mamas next year either. I think this is very disappointing from SVT, who should have turned around to them and said, if you want to do Eurovision next year, you can, whether it's with the same song or not. Obviously you'd have to wait for confirmation from the EBU on that. But if it seems as though Sweden are just going to have another Melfest next spring, and Move by the Mamas will just be brushed to one side, which sounds a bit harsh, but I think is probably what's going to happen now. From here in the UK, I know nothing about our situation, whether James Newman will be invited back by the BBC. It's possible, considering that the BBC took a bit more of a serious approach this year. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I'd imagine the majority of the musicians would want to come back. I think Hooverphonic would want to come back. Something tells me the Roop would definitely like to be involved. But I'm still waiting to hear from, we're all still waiting to hear, of course, from the majority of the musicians involved in this year's competition. So what I'm going to do, if you've noticed that the quality of this video is a bit darker, than usual. That's because my notice board is currently off the wall. I'm just going to sit here and talk for a little bit longer whilst taking the pins out of my notice board, and I'm not going to go about this in a terribly brilliant way here, but I'll see what I can do. It's a great shame, ladies and gentlemen. There are talks, of course, ongoing of an online fan equivalent Eurovision Song Contest. How that would be organised, I don't know, and as I said in my previous video, unless you are getting tens of thousands of votes from all the nations in question, it's not going to feel the same, potentially. Certainly for a lot of people like myself who make videos about the contest and blog about it, we are now having to go back to the drawing board and think about the content that we want to make going forwards, whether it's worth talking about Eurovision 2020 anymore, or whether we should be focusing on Eurovision 2021. Certainly, if I was in charge of proceedings, I would definitely keep the same hosts, the same logo, the same stage design, and I would keep the same songs. I'd make that very clear, bearing in mind that people who watch Eurovision, the vast majority of people who do, the only time they hear the songs is on the night. You know, Eurovision fans will have heard the songs many, many times in the build-up to the event, but neutral viewers won't. And it'll be the same next year, even though the songs potentially would have been out, well, for over a year, you know, 13, 14 months in some cases. Neutral viewers will still only be hearing them for the first time, so it's not as if people are going to have a preconceived notion of the songs or anything like that, if you see what I mean. Anyway, that's semi-final 2. Oh dear, it's very saddening to talk about this. I really wasn't expecting the competition to be cancelled, but there we are. Now, as I've said in a previous video, I am filming a Q&A very soon, so please do leave questions for me. I've already had quite a few, which is really pleasing, but feel free to leave questions on anything regarding Eurovision or anything else that you would like me to answer, and I will try and film that video within the next couple of days. And I mean, what else is there to say? I do want to keep talking about Eurovision because it's obviously something I'm very passionate about. I think we really should have expected something like this, and I'm sure many of us did, but I think also the majority of us were expecting just a postponement, not an actual straight up cancellation. But health comes first. It would have been too much of a struggle to try and organise it. Rotterdam should be the host next year. Of course, this is Jan-Ole Sands last year. Will he be back in any sort of capacity next year? And also, nobody seems to be talking about the interval acts. We were going to get Paul Harrington and Charlie McGettigan, Gigliola Cinquetti, I think Sandra Kim. We were going to get these former Eurovision winners to perform as the interval act, and now we're not going to get that. I think that's a terrible shame. I did see one rumour online a very short while ago that said Germany could be approached to host Eurovision 2021. First things first, where are you getting that information from? You can't go around saying things like that and not back it up with a valid source. And also, I'd be very disappointed if that was true, because Germany didn't win in Tel Aviv, the Netherlands did. So, with all due respect, the Netherlands should host. Maybe, you know, it's possible it'll still be in the Netherlands, but not in Rotterdam. Maybe Amsterdam will suddenly pipe up and say, you know what, we'll take it now. We shall see. Obviously, we're only in March, but in terms of, you know, we may as well talk about it. Who would have qualified? Ireland wouldn't have qualified. I don't think so. Belarus wouldn't have qualified. Sweden would. This is from semi-final 1. Slovenia, no. Russia, yes. Australia, I think, would have done. North Macedonia, no. Lithuania, yes. Croatia, no. Israel, yes. Ukraine, yes. Romania, yes. Cyprus, I don't think would have done. Belgium, possibly. Malta would have done. Norway would have done. Azerbaijan would have done. How many is that in the qualifying pile? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there we go. I do think, ladies and gentlemen, just for the record, at this stage, I would have said Sweden, Russia, Australia, Lithuania, Israel, Ukraine, Romania, Malta, Norway, and Azerbaijan would have qualified from semi-final 1. And if there was some sort of official fan vote online, it would probably be those 10 songs that ended up going through anyway. From semi-final 2, Austria, I don't think so. Poland, yes. San Marino, nope. Moldova, nope. Serbia, yes. Estonia, no. Czech Republic, maybe. Greece, yes. Iceland, yes. Portugal, no. Armenia, possibly. Albania, possibly. Georgia, I don't think would have done. Denmark would have. Bulgaria would have. Finland, not a chance. Switzerland, yes. And Latvia, probably. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, from semi-final 2 it would have been Switzerland, Czech Republic, Albania, Latvia, Poland, Serbia, Greece, Iceland, Denmark and Bulgaria. I believe that's 10. Apologies if not. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Really a great shame, and I do apologise because this video is a complete mess, and in all honesty I might delete it at some point. A very sad day for all of us. What I hope is that we get more clarification soon. The logo, the hosts, the acts, the songs, the stage design, the host city, all should stay the same. I don't see any reason why that can't be the case unless money's an issue or time constraints or something like that. One thing I did consider was having 2 contests next year, but that would just be far too challenging for whichever host broadcaster triumphed in the first case. That's it. Messy video from me once again. Long and rambling. But let me know your thoughts, and please do leave video requests and questions for my future Q&A video if you so wish. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. All the support so far this Eurovision season has been great. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, bye for now.